quick, because you did mention Mark Whipple, and I did see that too. He was frustrated with the quarterbacks.
Big time.
And I haven't seen that, Whipple, when you see him on the sidelines, he's not a very emotional guy. Doesn't seem to really ever get mad or say much of anything except look at his play sheet. But I did see him get pissy on the sidelines. But will you first, since you're the knowledgeable guy on this episode, can you talk about where Whipple comes from? Because we've got a lot of listeners that are NFL fans, and a certain quarterback who's now playing for the Steelers was coached by Whipple. Talk to us about that.
The things I've read about Whipple, and I know he's stern, very disciplined. He's kind of a hard ass with the quarterback. So he was getting after Casey a couple times. He's been getting after him because he's a good play caller and he expects execution on these plays. And I felt bad for Purdy because he was going after him too. But he's tough, and I can see Mickey Joseph trying to talk to Thompson after Whipple got after him, like trying to help him out. But it is what it is. But Whipple was at Pittsburgh for a while. He's been an offensive coordinator for a long time, but and he's been in the pro.
And he coached Kenny Pickett, who's now
Kenny Pickett, and he got him going. He wasn't great at first, but he got him to be pretty efficient.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. What?
Your audio is kind of cutting ahead. Sorry about that. So who did he coach at Pittsburgh?
Kenny Pickett. Yeah,
that's
Kenny
right.
Pickett, right, the Steelers. And he's a very accurate passer. And so I think he's calling plays that are good. We just can't. It's like we had people open, and it's like, my God, if we hit him, it'd be touchdown. So I don't fault Whipple. I think he's frustrated.
Like all of us are, I kind of like to see the frustration and see him getting after Thompson and Purdy. I think these kids, look, Purdy and these transfer guys, Trey Palmer, who did nothing today, which is shocking to me. Now, let's remember, the guy that was covering Trey Palmer is one of the best corners in the Big Ten.
Right.
So,
what's his name? Wasn't it Weatherford?
Yeah.
He's going to be a pro. He's very good. Yeah, he locked down Trey Palmer.
1 catch for 1 yard for Trey Palmer, but
yeah.
I agree with you. I think next week, especially if we don't have Thompson against Minnesota, Whipple's going to have to come up with a game plan to suit our strengths. I'd like to see us run the ball better. Anthony Grant had some carries here and there, but we don't stick with it. And that's, again, Whipple is a pass guy. He's an East Coast passing guru, and you hear Mickey Joseph, we're going to stick with that. And, I don't necessarily agree with it. I think in a game like that where you're the underdog and you're facing a superior team, you've got to establish a ground attack.
Right.
Maybe it's just my nature, but you sure hope, next week, that's what we're going to have to do. We're not going to be able to.
Yeah, I think we also need to play Ramir Johnson next week behind Grant, not Jaquez Yant, because Ramir can break some and is real fast. I don't know why he hasn't been in the game at all.
He dropped that. He had a big wide open pass this afternoon that he dropped. Now, he would have been tackled, but
Ramir
you're right.
Johnson?
Yeah. One time game.
Really?
Yeah, it was odd because he's our best pass catcher. You remember last year against Michigan, he had to have some touchdown. No, and Ramir, another 4-star guy out of New Jersey. Wasn't he St. John Bosco or a big-time program up?
Yeah, I think he should play against Minnesota because we'll need that type of threat because Jaquez, we're not going to run him. Minnesota's lines are physical. We're not going to beat him up with Jaquez. He's just a big back. So that, I didn't see that pass to Ramir. He needs to play, I hope.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of him this year. Look, I know Anthony Grant's a stud, but especially in the passing game, screen passes, I agree with you. Ramir is a burner. We saw it against Michigan last year. I mean, he was a heck of a player. I hope that we see him more next week. I think we're going to have to do something different. And I also think we need to get Trey Palmer and Marcus Washington and some of these other transfer portal guys, because Marcus Washington, another 4-star portal guy from Texas, Trey Palmer, 5-star out of LSU. We've got to figure out a way to get the ball in their hands. Jet sweeps, throw a new couple of wrinkles in like Andy Reid does every week for the Chiefs. Come on. We got to do something different. I agree with that Whipple's play calling. It set us up. We had opportunities today, but we got to do a couple new wrinkles or something.
Yeah.
Because not going to have Thompson next week, most likely.